Hello and welcome to this live stream that I promised earlier today in my flight with X-Plane 10. And just as I promised, I'm doing the same flight VFR from Innsbruck to St. Johann right now in FSX with all my add-ons. And just to be fair, I thought I'd use the default Cessna because I think it would be a little bit unfair to use an Carenado add-on plane or something like that. So I thought, yeah, just use the default Cessna. So we'll do this VFR flight from Innsbruck to St. Johann. Switch on the master switch, the fuel pump, beacon, taxi light. Just give a little bit of throttle. All right. Okay. Engine's running. Nice and smooth. Switch on the avionics master. And we are already good to go, I'd say. Flaps into takeoff position. Squawk 2000. Or no, I'm sorry, 7000. Wait a minute. You know, it really is hard when you just used X-Plane and then suddenly you have to use FSX. It is a little bit hard to do. So, okay, but we're good to go. So, start the taxi run now. We'll do the just normal taxi run here in Innsbruck, which is add-on scenery, payware add-on scenery from Aerosoft approaching Innsbruck. It's called Approaching Innsbruck, and it's a wonderful scenery for. I'm sorry, just messing the taxi up here. It's a wonderful scenery for Innsbruck. And it's well, all the add-ons that I have, like for the weather, Rex textures, and for the weather engine, Opus, FSX. I have FTX Global Vector, and Ultimate Terrain Europe. And yeah, well, let's just see how this will compare with X-Plane. The main difference being that in X-Plane I'm using all the freeware add-ons. Alright, so we're almost at the holding points. Slow a little bit down here. Go to the light section, switch off the landing light and the strobe light, or switch it on. And yeah, enter the runway for the takeoff. So as I said, this is the standard Cessna from FSX. Nothing fancy, just to be fair with X-Plane. Okay, so let's go. Sixty knots. Rotate. Trying to pick up some speed for the climb. Now I will reduce the flaps now. And I think climb rate, just like in X-Plane. I mean, there's not a big difference there. You'll use the same climb rate with the Cessna, pretty much the same. Okay, so we'll do our right turn here now for the visual flight path. Just up here. It's hard to control the climb rate here. And you can see it's a lot of wind right now. I'm having a hard time here. And if you've seen the X-Plane video, you can see it looks pretty much the same here actually with Pachakovel, at least in X-Plane. So with this scenery you are pretty close to, well, the simulators are pretty close to each other. And you can see here the Bergiselschanze just left of my dashboard, or my glare shield right now. And we are going to go along here and follow the... What was that? Okay. Okay, I'm going to climb to almost 4,000 feet now. There's no problem with the clouds here, so I don't have to stay below them. And I will dial in 3,900 feet here. And I also have to dial in the heading, which what I'm doing now. Okay. There's something wrong with my throttle here. Do you hear that? Okay, we're at altitude and heading. So it should maintain my altitude now. And it should maintain my heading. At least that's what I think it does. So flaps are reduced. We're going to the lights here. We don't need the fuel pump anymore. We don't need the landing lights. I'll leave them on. Okay, 100 knots is enough. So, let's take a look at the scenery right now. That looks beautiful here as well. Just changing the view here a little bit. Okay, perfect. So and basically what we're doing now is we're following the same route as in explained here, going out the Inntal, the In Valley up to Vogel, and from there on we'll switch to the right and follow the road into the valley to St. Johann. Can see that. Well, there's no doubt that FSX looks beautiful with all these settings, with all these add-ons, and yeah, well, there's not much to argue there, I guess. Compared to the photorealistic scenery of Explain that I downloaded, I think that this looks more decent to me, more natural. I know that a lot of people think, or are in the opinion of a lot of people, photorealistic scenery is the best for flying VFR, but in my opinion it doesn't look that good. It doesn't fit in the looks of the simulator, so I don't like photorealistic scenery that much, but there are some people out there who like it a lot. So I think this is just a matter of taste. Ah, that's funny. 3 football fields together, that's pretty weird. We'll take to look this up on my map if that's what there are. That's funny. Okay. Alright, so we're almost at Wehrberg now, where we will do a slight left turn and leave the visual flight track and prepare to leave the control zone of Innsbruck. But I'd stay at this altitude because in X-plane we were doing this flight with an altitude of 3,600 or 900, I guess. And we'll stay at this altitude so you can take a look at the scenery. What I want to avoid is the impression that I am just like